comforts are when we are gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
Mr. Scrooge, Merry Christmas, sir. Won't you join us in a choir chorus?
Sing a Christmas carol by humbug. Do you mind? I simply won't be bothered by the foolish of your kind who take another holiday to mark up debts they cannot pay. Frivolity and waste make me groan. Now let me pass and leave me alone.
Now to the Lord sing praises, all you live in this place, and with true love and brotherhood each other now embrace. This holy tide of Christmas, all others gladly face. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
Mr. Scrooge, may we just have a moment of your time, sir?
You may not.
Sing a Christmas carol, remember Christmas past. Celebrate this present time while fleeting moments last. And as for Christmas yet to be, we live with hope someday to see. Goodwill and peace on earth have come to stay. Oh, sing a Christmas carol today. Oh, sing a Christmas carol today.
Bah, humbug!
Marley was dead to begin with. There is no doubt about that.
The register of the burial was signed by the clergyman,
The clerk,
the undertaker.
the chief mourner himself, Scrooge, had signed it.
Old
That
Marley was as dead as a doornail.
Scrooge knew he was dead. Of course he did. Scrooge and Marley were partners for I don't know how many years. He was his sole executor,
His sole administrator,
his sole friend.
and his sole mourner.
There is no doubt that Marley was dead.
Now this must be distinctly understood, or nothing wonderful can come about of the story we are going to relate. Scrooge never painted out old Marley's name. There it stood, years afterward, above the warehouse door.
Scrooge and Marley. He went by both names. It was all the same to him. Oh, but he was a tight-fisted hand at the grindstone, Scrooge. That squeezing, wrenching, scraping, covetous old sinner. Hard and sharp as flint. Secret and self-contained as a solitary oyster.
The cold within him froze his old features, nipped his pointed nose, shriveled his cheek, stiffened his gait, made him walk stiffly, and spoke out shrewdly with a grated voice. He carried his own low temperature always about with him, and he never thawed 1 degree at Christmas. No one ever stopped him on the street to say,
My dear Scrooge, how are you? When will you come to see me?
no beggars implored him to bestow a trifle. No children asked him what time it was. No man or woman ever once in all of his life inquired the way to such and such a place of Scrooge.
It was the very thing he liked, to edge his way along the crowded paths of life, warning all human sympathy to keep their distance. Once upon a time, of all good days of the year, on Christmas Eve, old Scrooge sat working in his counting house.
Mr. Scrooge and Mr. Marley, I presume. It is Scrooge and Marley.
Mr. Marley died 7 years ago this very night. Any more foolish questions?
I'm sorry, sir. Forgive me.
What is your business here? I have much work to do. Make haste.
Well, at this festive time of year, we usually make provisions for the poor and destitute. There are thousands and thousands who are in need of common necessities. And there are hundreds of thousands that are in need of common... Sir.
Are there no prisons?
Yeah, plenty of prisons.
And the union workhouses, are they still in operation?
They are still. I wish to say that they would be not.
Yeah, well, very good. I was afraid from what you said at first that something had happened to stop them in their useful course. I'm so very glad to hear it.
Under the impression that they scarcely provide Christian cheer of mind or body to the multitude, a group of us are endeavoring to create a fund to buy the poor some food and drink and means of warmth. We choose this time because this is the time of all times when scarcity is keenly felt and abundance rejoices.
What shall I put you down for, sir?
Nothing.
You wish to be anonymous?
I wish to be left alone, gentlemen. You ask me what I wish, and that is my answer. I don't make myself merry at Christmas, and I can't afford to make idle people merry. I support the establishments I mentioned. Those who are badly off must go there.
Some cannot go there. They would rather die.
If they would rather die, then they had better do it and decrease the surplus population. And besides, excuse me, I don't know that.
But you might know that.
It's not my business. It's enough that a man understands his own business and not to interfere with other people's. Mine occupies me constantly. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Cratchit, would you like to put that piece of coal back? Or would you like for me to deduct that from your salary?
I'll put it back, of course, sir. I apologize.
Just as I thought. It is astounding to me that a man of your meager salary would be so wasteful. But then again, it's not your coal, is it? It is mine! You were stealing from me, Cratchit. That is grounds for your dismissal, sir.
I do apologize again, sir, but it was getting so much colder in here in the afternoon.
It is warm enough for me. Keep your hands off my property, Cratchit.
Uncle Scrooge.
Another interruption. Does no one work anymore?
Merry Christmas, Uncle. God save you.
Bah, humbug.
Christmas a humbug, Uncle? You don't mean that, I am sure.
Yes, I do. Merry Christmas. What right or reason do you have to be merry? You're poor enough.
What right do you have to be so dismal? You're rich enough. Don't be cross, Uncle.
What else can I be when I live in such a world of fools as this? Merry Christmas. What is Christmas time but a time for paying bills without money? A time for finding yourself another year older and not a penny richer. If I could have my way, every idiot who goes around with Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled in his own pudding and buried with a stake of holly through his heart.
Uncle.
Nephew, keep Christmas your way and let me keep it mine.
But you don't keep it.
Let me leave it alone then. What's good it may do you, what good has it ever done you?
I can recall many blessings that have come into my life. An employer who is generous, my good reverend, my good wife.
That's another thing. Whatever possessed you to take a wife in the first place?
I fell in love.
What an incredibly terrible reason to marry.
I have always thought of Christmas as that single time of year when kindness and forgiveness and great charity appear, and people notice people on their way. So with an open open-hearted spirit, I must say, God bless Christmas, we need it, so heed it. God bless Christmas, tomorrow is the day. It won't bring me a scrap of gold, still I believe what I've been told, that Christmas does me good, and so I say, God bless Christmas anyway. God bless Christmas.
I hate it. Berate it.
God bless Christmas.
Why don't you go away?
I may not gain a single thing, but it gives me a song to sing. 'Twill always do me good, and so I say, God bless Christmas anyway.
Yes, very good.
Another sound from you, and you keep Christmas by losing your situation. Quite a powerful speaker, sir. Why don't you go into Parliament?
Don't be angry, Uncle. Come and have dinner with us tomorrow. A family Christmas at home with me. When everyone's together, I know that you will see how wonderful, how beautiful a true Christmas can be. Uncle, let's make a memory, Christmas time with our family.
Of course not. Your sentimentality is sickening and a great waste of my time. Good day, sir. That is all.
I am sorry to see you so resolute. Goodbye, Bob Cratchit, and Merry Christmas.
Goodbye to you too, Fred, and Merry Christmas to you also.
We are not daily beggars that beg from door to door, but we are neighbors' children whom you have seen before. Love and joy come to you, and a Merry Christmas too.
Leave me alone. That is all I ask.
There it is, sir. It's 6 o'clock.
I suppose you'll be wanting the whole day tomorrow.
If it's convenient, sir.
It's not convenient, and it's not fair. If I was to stop half a crown for it, you'd think yourself ill-used, I'll be bound, and yet you don't think me ill-used for paying a day's wages for no work.
But it's only once a year, sir.
Ah, poor excuse for picking a man's pocket every 25th of December. But I suppose you must have the whole day. Be here rather earlier the next morning.
Oh, I will, sir. I promise I will be here. Oh, and God bless you, sir. And Merry Christmas.
Humbug!
Scrooge left with a growl, and the office was closed in a twinkling. Bob Cratchit, high on Christmas spirit, joyfully proceeded home, stopping by at Cornhill to go down the slide with the neighborhood children 20 times in honor of it being Christmas Eve. Then he ran home as fast as he could to be with his family at Camden Town to play at Blind Man's Bluff, all with that unique happiness that only comes on Christmas Eve.
As for Scrooge, he took his melancholy dinner in his usual melancholy tavern, and having read all the newspapers and beguiled the rest of the evening with his accounting books, he went to bed. He lives in chambers which had once belonged to his deceased partner, Jacob Marley, and yet he had scarcely given him a second thought since his burial. Now the building was old enough now and dreary enough, for no one lived in it but Scrooge, the other rooms being all let out as offices. The yard was so dark that even Scrooge, who knew its every stone, would grope about on his hands just to make his way. Darkness was cheap, and Scrooge liked it.
Once he reached his room, he took off his cravat, put on his dressing gown, his slippers, and his nightcap, and he sat before the fire to take his gruel. It was a very low fire indeed, providing very little warmth on such a bitter night.
What? Pooh. I won't believe it. How now? What do you want from me?
Much.
Who are you?
Ask me who I was.
Who were you then?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley.
Can you sit down?
Yes.
Do it.
You don't believe in me.
No, I don't.
Why do you doubt your senses?
Because every little thing affects them. You may be an undigested bit of beef, a crumb of cheese, a blot of mustard, a fragment of an underdone potato. There's more of gravy than of grave about you. Whatever you are, humbug, I tell you, humbug. Oh, mercy upon me, why do you trouble me?
To warn you, Ebenezer, it is required that the spirit of every man should wander amongst his fellow men and travel far and wide. And if that spirit goes not forth in life, it is condemned to do so in death. It is doomed to wander the world. Oh, woe is me! And witness what it cannot share, but might have shared on earth and turned to happiness.
You are bound by chains. Tell me why.
Why? Why? Because my spirit never wandered beyond the narrow limits of our money-changing hole. I built this chain link by link and yard by yard, and now weary journeys lie before me. I cannot stop. I cannot rest. I am captive bound in double iron. I wear this heavy chain of my own making. There's no mistaking who is to blame. By my own hands I fashioned it with choices, ignoring voices calling my name. This chain with all its sinfulness and selfish pleasure is all that's left behind of all my worldly treasure. This chain which binds my soul in outer darkness evermore. This chain is all you have in store.
Chains? I have no chains.
Ah, yours was as long and heavy as mine 7 Christmas Eves ago. You have labored on it since. It is a ponderous chain. Do you not feel the weight that you are bearing? This chain you're wearing longer than mine.
Speak up to me, Jacob.
Have none. Peace must come to you from other places, from other faces, a light will shine. Hear me, Ebenezer. No man can feel enough regret to compensate for a life that has been misused. Yet such was I. Oh, such was I.
But you were always such a good man of business, Jacob.
Business? Mankind was my business. The common welfare was my business. Charity, mercy, benevolence, they were all my business. My trade was but a drop of water in the comprehensive ocean of my business. At this holy time of year I suffer most. Why did I wander amongst my fellow man with my eyes turned down, and never raise them once to that blessed star that led the poor wise men to that poor abode? Could I not see them? Were there none before me? This chain with all its sinfulness and selfish pleasure is all that's left behind of all my guilty treasure. This chain that binds my soul in outer darkness evermore. This chain is all you have in store.
No, please, Jacob, leave me.
Now I feel the weight of my own blindness. I show no kindness to those in need. Selfishness and greed, they both consume me, and now have doomed me. Oh man, pay heed. You will be haunted by three spirits.
I think I'd rather not.
Ah, without their visit, you cannot hope to shun the path I tread. Expect the first tomorrow when the bell tolls one.
Couldn't I have them all at once, Jacob, and have it over with?
Expect the second the next night at the same hour. The third on the third night, before the last stroke of 12 has ceased to vibrate. Look to see me no more, Ebenezer, and look that you remember what has passed between us. Whoa!
Scrooge closed the window and examined the door by which Marley had entered. It was double locked, for he had locked them with his own hands, and the bolts were undisturbed.
He tried to say humbug, but stopped at the first syllable. And being of the emotion he had undergone, or the fatigues of the day,
Or the glimpse of the invisible world,
or the dull conversation of the ghosts,
or the lateness of the hour, much in need of repose, he went straight to bed without undressing. He fell asleep upon the instant.
Have I slept through the night, through the day, and fallen to another night? Is it possible that something has happened to the sun and it's only 12 at noon? Dark as midnight. Humbug, I told you.
Marley's ghost bothered him exceedingly. Every time he resolved within himself that it was all a dream, his mind flew back again and presented the same problem to be worked all through. Was it a dream or not?
He lay there until the chime went 3/4 more, when all of a sudden he remembered that the ghost had told him of a visitation when the clock struck 1. He decided to lie awake until the hour had passed. Considering he could no more go to sleep than go to heaven, this was perhaps the wisest choice for him to make.
1/4. 1/2. 1/4 to it. The hour itself. And nothing else. Are you the spirit whose coming was foretold to me?
I am.
Who and what are you?
I am the ghost of Christmas past.
Long past?
No, your past.
Why have you come to me?
Why, your welfare.
My welfare? I would think allowing me to sleep through the night would do more for my welfare.
Your redemption, then. Rise, take heed and walk with me.
Oh, you have a strong grip, Spirit. What's in heaven? Spirit, my feet have left the ground. I'm a mortal man. I'm liable to fall.
Hold my hand near your heart, and you shall be upheld in more than this.
Oh, I don't know where you plan to escort me, Spirit, but I am in my nightgown.
No one will see you. You will only see them.
See who?
Look,
Oh, good heavens. I grew up in this place. I was a boy here. Oh, no. Surely it's not.
your lip is trembling. And what is that upon your cheek?
No, nothing, Spirit. Conduct me where you will.
Certainly you remember the way.
Remember, I could walk a blindfold. There is the bridge, and the church, and my school.
Strange to have forgotten it for so long.
I remember those boys. It's Thomas and Jonathan and Joseph. Yeah, so happy.
It's Christmas, a time for happiness and family.
And no school.
These are but the shadows of things that have been. The school is not quite deserted. A solitary child, neglected by his friends, is left there still.
I know, Spirit. I remember it all too well.
Well, Ebenezer, I should like to depart for the holiday myself. It's getting late. Is no one coming for you? It's Christmas, after all.
I don't know. I've not received a letter in months.
Perhaps your father is still locked up in debtor's prison. Let that be a lesson to you, young man. You don't want to end up like him.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I wish. But it is too late.
What is the matter?
Well, there are some children singing a Christmas carol at my door last night. I wish I would have given them something, that is all.
Ebenezer!
Ben, you're here.
What is this? Who are you?
It's my sister, sir.
I've come to bring you home, dear brother, to bring you home.
Well, splendid news for all of us, I must say. I'll go get your truck. And good riddance.
Are we really going home? What about Father? Is he home?
Yes, home for good and all, home forever and ever. Father is so much kinder than he used to be, that home's like heaven. He spoke so gently to me one dear night when I was going to bed, I was not free to ask him, once more, if you might come home. And he said yes. Yes, you should. And he sent me in a coach to bring you.
Oh, Fan, is it true?
I promise, and you will never have to come back here again. A family Christmas at home with me. When everyone's together, I know that you will see how wonderful,
How beautiful our true Christmas can be.
Let's make a memory, Christmas Day with our family.
She was a delicate creature whom a breath might have withered, but she had a large heart.
Yes, she was wonderful.
She died a young woman and had, as I recall, children,
Oh, one child,
your nephew.
Fred. I can't believe it. I won't believe it. Spirit, do you see?
Do you know this place?
Know this place? I apprenticed here. Why, it's old Fezziwig, bless his heart. Fezziwig, alive again.
Oh, Ebenezer, Dick.
That's Dick Wilkins, to be sure. He was a good friend of mine. We apprenticed together. A fine man, I tell you, a fine man.
No more work today, boys. It's Christmas Eve, Dick. Christmas, Ebenezer. Now, everyone, put down your work and prepare the room.
Oh, Mr. Fezziwig, don't forget the mistletoe.
Ebenezer, there will be a dance at the party tonight.
Then I shall have to find someone suitable to dance with. I wonder who it will be.
I know who it had better be, Mr. Scrooge.
Well, of course it's you, Belle. We've been looking forward to this all year. It's Christmas Eve at Fezziwig's.
Yes, we have so much to look forward to, don't we?
Indeed we do, Belle. A great deal.
Oh, come, ladies. Let's prepare the food. I believe we have enough food for 3 Christmas parties.
I do believe old Fezziwig is closing up an hour earlier than he even told us.
By way, Ebenezer. It's almost a year, you know.
Quite right. He's a generous man, he is.
Yes, and I do believe that's why he's such a happy man as well.
Okay, that's it. That's it. Have lots of room here. Excellent. It's Christmas Eve, and at Fezziwig's we all know what that means. Fiddler, let the music begin! Christmas Eve at Fezziwig's, drinking ale and dancing jigs. Don't follow in old London shines this bright. Grab your partner, round you go, meet beneath the mistletoe. Now take your lover's hand and hold on tight. Oh, Christmas Eve at Fezziwig's is here tonight.
Oh, let's dance. Christmas Eve at Fezziwig's, roasted duck to roasted pigs. We have 3 dozen cakes and Man's pie. After you have had your fill, take some home and start the grill, and never let the season pass you by. Ooh, Christmas Eve at Fezziwig's will satisfy.
And the cook.
And the milkman.
Dear brothers, take a look. Fezziwig's 3 daughters, the girl from right next door.
The boy from over yonder, whose dimples I adore.
Everyone come join us on the floor. Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Come we now are gay and ever, fa la 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol, fa la 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 la. Mr. Fezziwig, our master. This is as she dances faster.
Fiddler, keep the music playing.
Long as Fezziwig is playing.
Christmas Eve at Fezziwig's, drinking ale and dancing jigs. The ballroom in old London shines and bright. Grab your partner, round you go, meet beneath the mistletoe. Now take your lover's hands and hold on tight. Oh, Christmas Eve at Fezziwig's is here tonight.
Christmas Eve at Fezziwig's.
Christmas Eve at Fezziwig's is here tonight.
story as I remember. Belle and I, we would dance all night until we were too tired to talk. Fezziwig was a dear, dear man. I wish I could see him and tell him how happy he made us. How happy he made me and every one of us.
He has spent but a few pounds of your mortal money, 3 or 4 perhaps. Is that so much that he deserves this praise?
No, it's not that. It has nothing to do with money, Spirit. Oh, he has the power to make us happy or unhappy, to render our service light or burdensome. The happiness that he gives is quite as great as if it cost a fortune. He was like a father to me.
What is the matter?
Well, nothing in particular.
Something, I think?
I wish I could say a word to Bob Cratchit right now. That is all.
Quickly now. My time grows short. Look.
Oh, no. My Belle, Spirit. I beg of you. I cannot bear it.
Ebenezer, I pray you forgive this intrusion. I need desperately to speak with you.
I should hope it is of grave importance since, once again, you are interrupting my workday.
This is the last time. I promise.
Well, let's have it.
In the past, we agreed many times that our marriage would occur after you were able to establish your own office and place of business. Your office with Mr. Marley has been open for well past a year, and yet we have never discussed our plans for a wedding.
Do you believe that this is the proper time or place to bring this matter before me? Do you?
Our contract is an old one. It was made when we were both poor and content to be so, until in good season we could improve our worldly fortune by our patient industry. You are changed. When it was made, you were another man.
I was a boy.
You see, your own feeling tells you you are not now who you once were.
Humbug, this is foolishness.
Is it? I am the same woman. That which once promised us happiness when we were one in heart is fraught with misery now that we are two. How often and how keenly I have thought of this, I will not say. It is enough that I have thought of it and can release you.
What do you say?
I release you, and I do so with a heart full of love for the man you once were. You once were joyful, you once were kind, your dreams were noble in heart and mind. Now only one goal you must obtain, this golden idol of worldly gain.
This is the way of the world. Nothing is harder than poverty or more frowned upon than the pursuit of wealth. How shall a man choose?
You once were hopeful, you once were free, but now held captive, you cannot see the lonely prison you live inside, where all affection for me has died.
Have I ever, even once, sought release from you?
I know if you could alter past decisions you have made, a poor girl without a dowry has no chance. I see it all too clearly in your countenance displayed. All we have is an agreement, not romance. You once were promised, you once were
This is your choice, Bill. This is not on my account. I owe you nothing.
Goodbye, Ebenezer. You left me long ago. I grieve for who you once were. How I loved him so.
No, Val, no. Go after her, you fool. She's the only light, the only love. Oh, Spirit, show me no more. Why do you delight to torture me?
One shadow more.
Oh, show me no more, I tell you. I don't want to see it.
But you must.
Merry Christmas, Father. You are home at last. Is Father Christmas really coming tomorrow? Is he?
I'm sure Father Christmas will come, just as he promised.
Father, Mother says we'll be having Christmas pudding tonight.
Christmas pudding? Is that what she said?
I even helped with the pudding.
And he was a great help. I do believe it was the finest Christmas pudding I have ever made.
Well, it smells delightful. I can almost taste it.
Run along, boys, and prepare for dinner.
Belle, I saw an old friend of yours this afternoon.
Who was it?
Jess.
How can I? Mr. Scrooge, perhaps?
Who else but Mr. Scrooge himself? I saw him working in his office. Imagine, on Christmas Day. The bank's already closed, the exchange closed, but there he sits, still working. His partner Marley lies on the point of death, I hear. He is quite alone in this world, quite alone.
Oh, Spirit, remove me from this place.
I told you these are but the shadows of things that have been, that they are what they are. Do not blame me.
Remove me from this place. I cannot bear it. Leave me. Take me back. Haunt me no longer.
Awakening in the middle of a ridiculously long snore and sitting up in bed to get his thoughts together, Scrooge had no occasion to be told that the bell was again upon the stroke of 1. Now, he felt that he was restored back to consciousness and in the right nick of time for a visit from the second messenger promised to him by Jacob Marley.
But finding that he grew uncomfortably cold when he began to wonder which of these curtains this new visitor would draw back, he opened every one of them with his own hands, and lying down again, established a sharp lookout all around the bed, for he wished to challenge the spirit on the moment of its first appearance, and did not wish to be caught by surprise or made nervous.
Now, I don't mind calling on you to believe that Scrooge was ready for any number of strange appearances, and that nothing between a baby and a rhinoceros would have surprised him. Now, being prepared for almost anything, he was by no means prepared for nothing. And so consequently, when the bell struck 1 and no shape appeared, he was taken with a violent fit of trembling.
Ebenezer Scrooge!
I am here. Who are you? Where are you?
I am the ghost of Christmas present. Come and know me better, man. You've never seen the likes of me before.
Never.
You've never met the younger members of my family.
Well, I don't think I have, Spirit. Have you had many brothers?
More than 1,800.
Ooh, so many mouths to feed. I don't like large families.
They're not so fond of you either. Take my robe. Today is the day of salvation. Now is the acceptable time for the annual celebration of peace and goodwill. Sublime. It's a Merry Christmas morning in a city made of snow, full of many merry people sharing greetings as they go. Once a year, dark gloomy London has a warm and wondrous glow. It's a Merry Christmas morning, Ebenezer, don't you know? It's a Merry Christmas morning, smell the fragrance in the air. Tea and coffee sweetly blending, blazing chimneys everywhere. And the grocers, oh the grocers, candy, fruits and raisins rare. Merry Christmas morning and a blessing meant to share. Everyone is gleeful, they hurry on their way, so eager and so hopeful for the promise of this day. Just in case they need it, ice cream, cookies, goodwill. Receive the Christmas spirit, why it warms the bitter chill.
Oh, after you, ma'am.
Well, thank you. That's very kind of you.
It seems a shame to quarrel on Christmas Day, doesn't it?
Indeed it does. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas indeed. Merry Christmas to everyone. Merry Christmas to all. Ding dong merrily and high, this blessed Christmas morning. Ding dong merrily the sky is bright with heavens of dawning.
It's over all too quickly, so we praise the God who
Gloria, 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 on this blessed Christmas day.
What is happening? Where are they all going?
Why, to worship, of course. Christmas is not only a holiday, it is a holy day. Perhaps you forgot.
joyful and triumphant. Oh, come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of ages. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. The angels did say, "Was this certain poor shepherds in fields where they lay, in fields where they keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night that was so deep? Noel, for is the King of Israel."
Spirit, Is that my clerk, Bob Cratchit?
Why, yes, it is. So good of you to notice.
And the boy, the crippled one, is that his son?
Yes, Tiny Tim.
And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And this shall be a sign unto you. Ye shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger. And suddenly there was with the angels a multitude of heavenly hosts praising God, saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men.
Christian men rejoice in heart and soul and voice, giving heed to what we say. Jesus Christ was born today. Watch and ask before him bow, and he is in the manger now. Christ is born today. Christ is born today. The Christian men rejoice with heart and soul and voice, carrying up in the grave. Jesus Christ was born to save. Calls you on and calls you on to sing his everlasting call. Christ was born to save. Christ was born to save. Why, Mr. Scrooge, so you do know the carols of Christmas.
I learned them as a boy.
And yet you never sing them.
Spirit, conduct me where you will. I came forth last night on compulsion and have learned a lesson that is working now. Tonight, if you have anything to teach me, let me profit by it.
Walk with me and see a Christmas dinner delightful to behold.
Spirit, is there anything peculiar that you sprinkle from your torch?
Yes, myself.
And does it apply to any kind of dinner on this night?
Well, to any that is kindly given, but to a poor one most of all.
Why to a poor one most?
Why, because it needs it the most.
Well, this is indeed a poor one. Where are we, Spirit?
Bob Cratchit's.
But the house is so small and all these children, how do they live?
Very good question. How do they live on a mere 15 shilling a week, Mr. Scrooge?
What could be keeping your father and Tiny Tim? And Martha wasn't as late last Christmas by half an hour.
Oh, I hope they'll be home soon. Mother, are there presents?
Ah, there are a few, but dinner comes first.
Here's Mother.
Oh, bless your heart alive, dear, there you are, coming from the code.
I am so sorry, Mother. We had so much work to do last night and all this clearing up to do this morning.
Ah, never mind, so long as you are here.
I see Father. It's Tiny Tim. Martha, hiding will surprise them.
Father, you are home. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, my dear. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Why, where is our Martha?
Not coming.
Not coming? Not coming upon Christmas Day?
Here I am, Father. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, my dear. It would not be Christmas Day without her Martha.
It was Peter said he had surprised you, Father. Did it what?
Oh, absolutely. I was very surprised and very happy to see us all here together.
And how did our Tiny Tim behave in church? Good as gold, I suppose?
He was as good as gold and even better. He is so thoughtful, and he listens so carefully to the Christmas story. Well, Tim, tell everyone what you told me on the way home about the church service.
I said that I hoped the people saw me in the church because I am a cripple, and it might be pleasant to them to remember upon Christmas Day when blind beggars walk and blind men see.
As we remember Christmas Day, every December let us pray and look to the Savior born today in Bethlehem.
He touched the blind and made them see.
He touched the lame who walk like me.
And he sets the poor and captive free by loving them.
gentle Jesus, who came to us meek and mild. On Christmas Day remember the gift of the Holy Child.
I pray so, Bob. Martha, I believe the goose should be ready. Go and bring it. Belinda, you may go and help her. It may take two to bring such a bird. And Peter, you and Matthew go along and bring in the pudding, but be careful, it is piping hot. Elizabeth, will you help me finish the table, dear? And Father, you and Tiny Tim go ahead and find your seats at the table. I'm sure you're tired from a long walk home from church.
You know, that goose smells absolutely scrumptious. I can almost taste it.
It has been cooking all day along with the pudding. I swear the whole house smells as Christmas as it should.
Indeed. Should be the greatest meal. Ooh.
Here it comes. What a glorious goose.
I have never seen such a goose. I dare say, Mrs. Cratchit, this may be the greatest success of our entire marriage.
Careful now, Bob Cratchit. Flattery is sin.
Oh, not if it's sincere, my dear. Let us thank the Lord for his gracious provisions. Merry Christmas all, and God bless us.
God bless us.
God bless us, everyone.
Spirit, tell me, will Tiny Tim live?
I see a vacant seat at the table and a crutch in the corner without an owner carefully preserved. If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, the child will die.
No, kind spirit. Say the boy will be spared.
Why? If he is going to die, he had better do it and reduce the surplus population.
Oh, Spirit, you condemn me with my own words. I grieve at the sound of them.
Will you decide what men shall live and what men shall die? It may be that in the sight of heaven you are more worthless and less fit to live than millions like this poor man's child.
Mr. Scrooge, I give you Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast.
The founder of the feast, indeed. I wish I had him here. I'd give him a piece of my mind to feast upon, and I wish he'd have a good appetite for it.
My dear, Christmas Day, the children.
It should be Christmas Day. I'm sure, as to one which drinks to the health of such an odious, stingy, hard, unfeeling man as Mr. Scrooge. You know he is, Robert. Nobody knows it better than you, poor fellow.
My dear, Christmas Day.
I'll drink to his health for your sake, and the day's, but not his. May he have a long life, and a Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. May he be very merry and very happy, counting his money, I have no doubt.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Scrooge.
Four calling birds, two turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree.
An obnoxious laugh. Fred.
Yes. Come with me and see your own family's Christmas on this holiday.
My own family? Humbug, I have no family.
You most certainly do, more than you know.
Oh, yes, one of my favorites. Gentlemen, shall we? I saw three ships come sailing in on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. I saw three ships come sailing in on Christmas Day in the morning. And what was on the ships all three on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day? And what was on the ships all three on Christmas Day in the morning? The Virgin Mary and Christ were there on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. birth, and Mary and Christ were there on Christmas Day in the morning.
Wonderful, wonderful! Ladies, step up. We mustn't allow ourselves to be outdone by the gentlemen.
On Christmas night, on Christmas Eve, to hear the news the angels sing. On Christmas night, on Christmas Eve, to hear the news the angels sing. News of their joys of every bird. News of our Christmas bird.
Then why should men on earth be sad when our Redeemer made us glad? Then why should men on earth be sad when our Redeemer made us glad? When from our sin he set us free, all for to gain our liberty. All out of darkness we have light, say the angels sing us night. All out of darkness we have light, say the angels sing us night. Glory to God and peace to man, now and forevermore. Amen. Oh, my dear Virginia, it would give me great honor if you would sing a little something for us.
Oh, Fred, really?
Oh, you must, you must.
Virginia, your voice is as lovely as you are. How did Fred ever convince a beautiful woman like you to ever marry a toad like him?
Well, my thoughts exactly.
Well, it was a toad's charm and good looks, of course, as well as his kind and good nature.
She should have married for money, been much better off.
Topper is right. I certainly don't deserve you.
Nonsense. Now, enough of this foolish talk. It's time to play a game.
Oh, capital idea. What shall we play?
I know. Let's play yes and no.
Oh, Spirit, I love this game. I used to be quite good at it.
And if you prefer, I would like to go first. I have a delicious idea.
Oh, very well. Off you go.
I am thinking of something that is neither vegetable or mineral, but animal.
Oh, I know, I got it. It's the delicious Christmas goose that Virginia cooked for dinner today.
Oh, no, it has nothing to do with Christmas.
Oh, now, Topper. No clues. We must all follow the rules. Only yes or no, and that's all.
Sorry. I'll ask, and you ask, and I will answer yes or no.
Well, is it a live animal?
Yes.
Is it savage?
Yes.
Is this animal ever killed in the market?
No.
A disagreeable animal?
Yes.
Does it grunt or growl?
Yes.
Does it walk the streets?
Yes.
Of London?
Yes.
It's a bat.
No.
It's a cat.
No.
A dog?
No.
A pig.
No.
Does it talk?
Yes.
Oh, I know. I have it.
Well, then tell us.
It's your Uncle Scrooge.
Right. Ebenezer Scrooge.
Oh, but Topper said it wasn't a bear, and he certainly is. Or I should say he was yesterday when I saw him last. I asked him to come and have dinner with us on Christmas Day, and he was so disagreeable. He said Christmas is a humbug. Imagine.
I just have no patience for that man whatsoever, Fred. Every year you invite him to join us, and every year he insults you. Why bother?
Whatever he is, my dear, he is still my mother's brother. He's still my family.
Of course, you are right, as usual. Do not permit my attitude towards the man to change your loving and generous spirit.
If he is so wealthy, why is he so cross? They say he has vast amounts of money.
And so he does. But what of it? He won't help anyone with it. He won't make himself comfortable with it. And he certainly doesn't have the ability to think that he'd ever benefit any of us with it. But all the same, I feel sorry for him.
Sorry? Why?
Because his offenses bring about his own punishment. He suffers the most from the way he is, and he always will. So he gets it into his head to dislike us, and he won't even come and dine with us. But what's the consequence? We enjoy a wonderful meal, and we have a delightful time without him. He may rail at Christmas until the day he dies, but I defy him to think better of it, especially when I go into his office year after year with a kind and gentle temper and say to him, Uncle Scrooge, how are you? I shook him a little yesterday. I know it. He told me to keep Christmas in my own way. And so I shall, Uncle Scrooge. So I shall. God bless Christmas. We need it. So heed it.
God bless Christmas. This is the very day.
It won't bring us a scrap of gold. Still we believe what we've been told. That Christmas does us good. And so we say, God bless Christmas anyway.
Spirit. Spirit. Must we leave now? Spirit. Where are you? Spirit. You can't leave me here in the middle of the street without a word. Spirit. Is your time on earth so short?
My life on this globe is very short. It ends tonight.
Tonight?
Tonight at midnight. Hark, the time is near.
Forgive me if I'm mistaken, Spirit, but I see something strange and not belonging to yourself protruding from your skirts.
Look down here, man.
Spirit, are they yours?
They are man's, but they call out to me from their fathers. This boy is ignorance and this girl want. Beware them both in all of their measure, but most assuredly beware this boy. For on his brow I see that written which is doom, unless the writing be erased.
Have they no refuge or resource?
Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses?
Spirit, where are you going? Spirit, will you not answer me? Spirit! I am in the presence of the ghost of things yet to come. You are about to show me the things that have not yet happened, but will happen in the days to come. Is that so, Spirit? Oh, ghost of the future, I fear you most of all. But as I know your purpose is to do me good, and as I hope to live to be a better man from what I was, I am prepared to go with you and do so with a thankful heart. Will you not speak to me? Lead on. Lead on, Spirit. The night is waiting fast, and this time is precious to me. Lead on, Spirit.
I don't know much about it either way. I only know he's dead.
When did he die?
Last night, I believe.
What was the matter with him anyway? I thought he'd never die.
What do you suppose he did with his money?
I don't know.
Yeah,
What did he
I
do
don't
with
know
it?
either. Well, I can only tell you didn't leave me anything.
It's going to be a very cheap funeral. For the life of me, I don't know who would ever go to it. Oh, suppose we make a party of it and go together.
I don't mind going if the lunch is provided. If I go, I must be fed.
Look here, old Joe. What's the chance of this if we haven't all met here without meeting it?
Well, we couldn't have met at a better place. I mean, we're all suitable to our calling and well matched.
Every person has a right to take care of himself. He always did.
That's true indeed. No man more so.
Yeah, I mean, what's the loss of a few items like these, especially for a dead man?
I'd say if he wanted to keep him after he was dead, why wasn't he more natural in his lifetime? If he had been, he'd have had somebody to look after him when he was struck with death, instead of lying, gasping out his last, there alone, by himself.
They're the truest words ever were spoke.
It's a judgment on him. That's what it is.
If you ask me, he's better off, and so are we. There are those who lead such sad lives, filled with misery, pain, and woe. And there's those who lead such bad lives, spreading misery as they go. For the former, at the funeral, we feel heartache, pain, and grief. But the latter's another matter. Only giddy, sweet relief. Better off dead, better off rude, better off done and moving on. Better off stiff, better off cold, better off dead and growing mold. There ain't too many people about whom this is said. In a class all by himself, better off dead.
There are those who love their brother and as well their fellow man.
And there's those who'd rob their mother, taking anything they can.
But the latter's another matter. Just a minute as we wait. Better off dead, better off gone, better off done and moving on. Better off stiff, better off cold, better off dead and growing old. I hope he finds a hard place to lie his ugly hate, playing footsies with the words better off dead. Open that bundle, Joe, and let me know the value of it.
Wait a minute, I want to see the gravedigger first. He was the last one with him.
Well, it's not much. You should have robbed and plied that kind of me. Let's see. Some seals. I think there's a pencil case in there. There should be some buttons off his sleeve. And this beautiful brooch.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, afraid it's not worth very much.
How much?
10 and 6, and not a sixpence more.
You're in a stingy mood today.
Hey, you just mind yourself. You robbed his grave, now you're trying to rob me. Who's next?
Hey, old Joe, I got sheets, towels, silver spoons, silver sugar tongs. Oh, and boots. Boots, see? Who else is? How much, Joe?
I always give too much to the ladies. 2 pounds.
Is that all?
Hey, that's your account. Take it or leave it.
Now my bundle, Joe.
Oh, wait. Are these bad guys? Wait, you don't mean you took them down, rings and all with them lying there?
Yes, I do, and why not? Now looky, his shirt. It's the best he had, and I took it right off him. They're about to waste it by burying him in it.
Well, I'm losing my shirt here tonight. You were born to make your fortune. You'll certainly do it. 3 pounds.
He frightened everyone away from him when he was alive to profit us when he was dead.
I never thought he'd ever be a friend.
But I have to say, in his own small way,
He came through in the end. Better off dead, better off gone, better off gone and moving on. Better off stiff,
better off cold, better off dead and growing old.
I find it rather funny where his cruel ways have led. I should like him more this way. Better off dead.
better off dead, better off dead, better off dead, better off dead, better off dead.
Better off dead.
This is appalling. Have they no respect for the man? No noble feelings even at his death? Spirit, I see. I see. The case of this unhappy man might be my own. My life tends that way now. Oh, Spirit, this is a fearful place. In leaving it, I shall not leave its lessons. Let us go. Trust me, Spirit, let us go, please. Go. Let's go. Oh. No. I understand that you want me to look inside that coffin, but I cannot. I have not the power. I have not the power. Spirit, if there is any person in this town who feels some emotion caused by this death, show that person to me now, I beg of you.
Is it good or is it bad?
Bad.
Then we are ruined, right?
No, there is hope yet, Caroline.
If he has relented, there is hope. If such a miracle could happen.
He is past relenting. He's dead. Last night, when I went to see him to seek a week's delay, I told you about the half-drunk woman that told me he was sick.
Yes.
Well, I thought it was an excuse to avoid me, but it turns out she was correct. He was not only sick, he was dying out there at that very moment.
Well, then who will our debt be retired to?
I don't know. But by that time, we should be ready with the money. And even though we were not, we surely won't be with a creditor as ruthless as he was. We shall sleep tonight with light hearts, Caroline.
Oh, Thomas, heaven forgive me, but I think we have our miracle.
Spirit, show me some tenderness connected to this death, or these dark shadows that you have just now shown me will be forever present to me.
That's enough for tonight, Peter. You better rest your eyes. Your father will be home soon. Seems time for him to be here.
Yes, or stepmother, I've noticed that he's been growing awfully weak these past few evenings.
He used to walk with Tiny Tim upon his shoulder very fast indeed.
Yes, indeed, Mother. Yes, indeed.
He was so very light. And your father loved him so. It was no trouble. No trouble at all.
Father!
Oh, there he is. Come and have a seat, darling. Your tea's ready.
Oh, Father, don't mind it. Don't be grieved. There is in heaven, walking and running.
You went today then, Robert?
Yes, I did, my dear. I wish you could have gone. It would have done you so much good to see how green a place it is. Why, we will go there often enough. I promised him we would walk there on a Sunday. My little child. My little child. I must tell you who I saw today. Scrooge's nephew, Fred. I met him on the street, and he said I looked a little down. So I told him about Tim, and he is the most kindly spoken gentleman. Why, he said he was heartily sorry for me and heartily sorry for my good wife, Mrs. Cratchit. How he knew that, I will never know.
Knew what, Robert?
That you were a good wife, of course.
Everybody knows that.
Very well observed, my boy. I hope they do. Heartily sorry, he said, for my good wife. Why, and then as he was heading me his car, he said, if I can be of any service to you in any way, that's where I live. Pray come to me. Now, it isn't so much as what he could do for us, but of his kind way that made it so pleasant. You know, I think he acted like he actually knew our Tiny Tim and felt with us.
I'm sure he's a good soul.
He is. If you could have seen him and spoke to him as I did, you would know, you would be sure of it. Why, wouldn't surprise me if he didn't get our Peter a better situation.
And Peter might be setting up for himself, keeping a little bit of company.
That could be, my dear, but there's plenty of time for that. But however and whenever we do part, shall we not forget our Tiny Tim, shall we? And remember the first parting there was among us. As we remember Tiny Tim, every December think of him, and let not his memory ever dim or fade away. He was so patient, good and kind. He led the way but walked behind. The light in our life that always shine so bright each day. But let us never quarrel. Remember the happy boy. He taught us how to love and forgive, live with joy. He was a gift from heaven who came to us meek and mild. So every day remember our Tim, precious tiny child. I am so happy, so very happy.
No, not Tiny Tim, not this sweet little boy. What is the meaning of all of this? Spirit, I sense our parting moment is at hand. Let me behold what I shall be in days to come. Oh, Spirit, before I draw near to where you are, answer me one question. Are these the shadows of things that will be? Or are they shadows of things that may be only? Men's courses will foreshadow certain ends to which if persevered they must lead, but If those courses be departed from, the ends will change. Say it is thus with what you show me. No, Spirit. No, Spirit. Spirit. Am I the man who lay inside that coffin? Oh, no. No, Spirit. Spirit, hear me. Hear me. I'm not the man that I was. I will not be the man that I must have been. Why show me these things if I am past all hope? Assure me that I may yet change these shadows by an altered life. I will honor Christmas in my heart. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. The spirit of all three shall strive within me. I will not shut out the lessons that they teach. Oh, tell me that I may yet sponge away the writing on this stone. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. The spirit of all three shall strive within me. I'm alive. Oh, Jacob, dear Jacob. Oh, God in heaven be praised. I will honor Christmas in my heart. I say this on my knees. On my knees. Oh God, my heart is broken. I've seen the evil darkness of my soul. On my knees, I've heard the truth you've spoken. Forgive my sinful ways and make me whole. On my knees, repenting, let me never return again to selfishness and pride. On my knees, I promise to endeavor to let the Christmas spirit live inside. Heaven and the Christmas time be praised. No longer dead, my spirit has been raised. On my knees, my new life is beginning, and I will make amends for all my past. On my knees, dear me, I can't stop grinning, for I believe this joy will always last. Joy unspeakable and full of glory. Love has come and changed my whole life story. Let the holy night of Christmas shine for all to see. There's a brand new me. I don't know what to do. Oh, I'm as light as a feather. I'm as happy as an angel. I'm as merry as a schoolboy. I'm as giddy as a drunken man. Merry Christmas, everybody. And a Happy New Year to all the world. Oh, there's the saucepan that the gruel is in, and the door by which the ghost of Jacob Marley entered, and the corner where the ghost of Christmas presents at. I don't know what day of the month it is. I don't know anything at all. I'm quite a baby. Never mind, I don't care. I'd rather be a baby. What's today?
What's that?
I say, what's today, my fine fellow?
Today, what Christmas Day?
It's Christmas Day. I haven't missed it. The spirits have done it all in one night. Well, they can do anything they want to. Of course they can. Of course they can. Hello, my fine fellow. Do you know the poulterer's on the corner?
I sure hope I did.
Oh, intelligent boy. Remarkable boy. Do you know whether they've sold the prize turkey that was hanging there? Not the little prize turkey, but the big one.
What, the one as big as me?
It's a pleasure to talk with him, a remarkable boy. Yes, my buck.
It's hanging there now.
Is it? Go and buy it.
Boy, man.
No, I'm in earnest. Go and buy it and bring the man back here so I may give him directions as where to take it. You come back with the man, and I'll give you a shilling. Come back with the man in less than 5 minutes, I'll give you half a crown.
Yes, sir.
I'll send it to Bob Cratchit. You won't know where it came from. It's twice the size of Tiny Cam. It's a Merry Christmas morning. There's a life I've yet to live. There are people I must go to. There are gifts that I must give. I have never felt so happy. I have never felt so free. It's a Merry Christmas morning that I cannot wait to see.
Jingle bell high, this Merry Christmas morning. Jingle bell in the sky is bright with bells of glory. Gloria, Gloria, Hosanna in excelsis. Gloria, Gloria, Hosanna in excelsis.
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Oh, yes, my man. I hope you succeeded yesterday. It was very kind of you.
Mr. Scrooge?
Yes, I know. It is my name, and it may be a little unpleasant to you, but allow me to ask you pardon, and if you'd have the goodness to...
Lord bless me. Are you serious, Mr. Scrooge?
Yes, I'm in earnest, and not a farthing less. A great many back payments are included in it, I assure you.
I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything now. Come and see me.
I will.
You come and see me.
It's a Merry Christmas morning, what a glorious display. There's joy, there's glorious feeling, the things we do and say. It is all our all to bring this holy praise to what you made. On this Merry Christmas morning, 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 on this blessed Christmas Day.
On this Merry Christmas morning, on this blessed Christmas Day.
Why, bless my soul. Who's that?
It's me, your Uncle Scrooge. I've come to dinner, Fred. Will you let me in? God bless Christmas. I need it. I heed it. God bless Christmas. This is the very day. It won't bring me a scrap of gold. Now I believe what I've been told. Christmas does me good, and so I say, God bless Christmas anyway.
a family Christmas at home with me. Now that we're together, I know that you will see how wonderful, how beautiful a true Christmas can be. Let's make a memory, Christmas Day with our family.
Scrooge felt at home in 5 minutes. Nothing could be heartier. His niece was beautiful, just as he had seen in his dream. Topper looked the same when he came. So did everyone when they came. Wonderful party, wonderful games, wonderful feeling, wonderful happiness.
Scrooge was in the office early the next morning. Oh, he was early. If he could only beat Bob Cratchit getting in there and catching him coming late. It was the very thing that he'd set his heart upon. And he did it. Yes, he did. 9 o'clock. No Bob. A quarter past. No Bob. He was a full 18 and a half minutes behind his time.
Cratchit, what does it mean coming in at this hour of the day?
I do apologize, sir. I am a bit behind my time.
Yes, you are. Step right this way, if you please.
Yes, sir. I do apologize. I mean, it won't happen again. It's only once a year. Sir, I was making rather merry yesterday, and out of nowhere, we were delivered this enormous turkey. I have no clue where it came from.
Enough of your stories. I will not stand for this sort of thing any longer. And therefore, I'm about to raise your salary.
Oh, please, sir, please don't raise my what?
Merry Christmas, Bob. Merry Christmas, my fine fellow, that I've given you in many a year. I will raise your salary, and I will endeavor to assist your struggling family. And we will discuss your affairs this very afternoon over a Christmas bowl of smoking bishop, Bob. Make up the fire and go buy another coal scuttle before you dot another I, Bob Cratchit.
Scrooge was better than his word. He did it all and infinitely more. And to Tiny Tim, who did not die, he was a second father.
He became as good a friend, as good a master, and as good a man as the good old city knew, or any other good old city, town, or borough in the good old world.
They always said he knew how to do Christmas well. And if any man alive knows that, let that be said about all of us. And all of us, with Tiny Tim, how he observed it.
God bless us, everyone.
Bright shines the morning sun.
The long dark night is past. Hope has come to us at last.
Joy to